the next generation of lifestyle awareness that will transform your life significantly. Hi, welcome to Living Wow Out Loud. I'm your host, Callie Ray, founder of the Living Wow Center and author of the book, 8 Lessons Lupus Taught Me from Surviving to Thriving with Autoimmune Diseases. Living Wow is a lifestyle of choice and intention that was born from the truth that, number one, your body is designed to heal if you give it the environment to do so. Number two, you don't need a label or permission to be the expert in your own body. And number three, more than 80% of all diseases can be prevented or reversed by lifestyle. Unfortunately, this isn't what we're taught in our standard American diet and lifestyle culture. This podcast is a voice of hope and community where you will learn how to live a life of thriving that honors and embraces those three truths. Though you are an individual, you are not alone, and you can thrive living wow too. Today is a fun episode because it's a look back, and doing so has brought me some giggles and joy. I love summer, and I'm definitely a sunshine girl. I love the opportunity summer gives for increased outdoor activity. I always feel like I'm waking up in the spring and I'm fully engaged in the summer. So, at our house, with changes in school schedules and activity schedules, summer is the perfect time to lay down better habits because we have more time together, more time for fun and family recreation. And now, as my daughter goes into her senior year, those times for fun and family recreation, togetherness, is becoming less and less. So, this look back at our initial starting is super fun for me. So, years ago, specifically 2018, we had some family wagers that began to emerge between different family members. And I saw an opportunity to capitalize on their motivation. So my daughter, then 12 years old, took it one step further and decided to not only make it a Stone Family Summer Challenge, but to make us all accountable with a vlog and invite you all to join us. Oh my goodness. So we did. And we started the Living Wow Stonehouse Style family channel on YouTube. We invited you to take the Wow Live Summer Challenge with us. And we knew that it's always more fun with a buddy, or in our case, as a family. So we invited you to come on along with us. For the next 12 weeks, we intentionally lived Wow and shared it on our YouTube channel, Living Wow Stonehouse Style. And we shared with you the tips and tricks and new habits that we were laying down. We shared recipes and hacks to staying out of the sad life. And we recognize that we are continually bombarded with this every single day. And I, of course, felt like, why would anyone want to live sad when they could live wow? Now, recognize that at this time, we really didn't have a formal Living Wow program. So it was very much just figuring it out, what it looks like, and employing the lifestyle that I had experienced so much transformation with. So, of course, there were those who said, "Oh, that's too hard," or "Oh, I can't afford that. Eating whole clean food, that's expensive food." Or I'd hear, "Oh, my family won't do that. I don't have any support from my family." So, if any of those are the responses that you feel bubbling up, then I want you to refer to lesson 2 from my book, 8 Lessons Lupus Taught Me from Surviving to Thriving with Autoimmune Diseases. If that's your gut reaction, because I addressed that. That was one of my lessons that I actually learned in my first transformation. And you can find that on the podcast here because those are the bonus episodes. So lesson 2 is already up, and you can refer to that if you're concerned about it being hard or too expensive or not having support from your family. I think that's going to be helpful to you. So here's the deal. What we did, June 21st to September 22nd, we were as conscientious as possible about embracing the wildlife to increase our vitality, energy, power, focus, endurance, and shedding the sad life, pain, fatigue, weight, distraction, and time wasting. And the goal is that by the time we would fall back into school, activity schedules, and the holidays, that we would have some new tastes, habits, and routines that will support us all with a happier, healthier, transformed lifestyle. And so, guess what? Now we're going to do the same thing. It feels so appropriate that now, who knew when we had this crazy lifestyle challenge and Jenna decided to vlog it? Who knew that it would actually become a thing, Living Wow, and that there would actually be the Living Wow Center in 2022. So now, our first year as the Living Wow Center, it feels appropriate to go back to our roots and issue this invitation. But now, instead of being the Stonehouse Challenge, the family challenge, we're going to call it the Wow Experience. It's the same. Our goal is to increase our vitality, our energy, power, focus, endurance, shedding the sad life, pain, fatigue, weight, distraction, and time wasting. And so, again, summer is the appropriate time to do that because there's so much more opportunity as we are together as families, as we are out and about, to be more active, to be more conscientious, and create a little bit more intention so that when we fall back into school, activity schedules, and the holidays, we have some new tastes, habits, and routines that will support us in our new transformed lifestyle. I cannot wait. I'm so excited to go back to our roots. But here's a few cautions. Number one, this is not a diet. You will not lose 10 pounds in 10 days. Well, you might, but that's not the goal. Number two is that you do not need to consult with your doctor to determine if the WOW lifestyle is safe for you. There is nothing intense, radical, or potentially harmful in any facet of the WOW lifestyle. And number three, you may experience less pain, more energy than you've had in years, which may be exciting or annoying to those around you, depending on how nice they are. Here are the ground rules that we followed when this all started. And again, it's the primary tenets of Living Wow. So, number one is eat real food. If it comes from the earth, good. And if it comes from a factory, bad. Now, we're not looking at macros and we're not counting calories. This is much broader than that. And it's really just, it's lifestyle. So we want it to be sustainable. Eat real food. If it comes from the earth, good. If it comes from the factory, bad. That's it. That's the guideline. Number two, drink more water. All hydration is not created equal. And the good news is, summer, it's a lot easier to drink water. So it's a great time to develop a new habit for hydration. Number three, move your body. There are so many things in the summer that you can do. Just do it. Number four, engage your mind. Junk thoughts are just as destructive as junk food. In fact, I would argue they're more so. You can purge junk food. It's really hard to purge junk thoughts. So engage your mind, be intentional, learn something new, do something new. Don't just be automatic. And number five, listen to your spirit. Can you hear it among the noise? Do you have so much coming in at you that you cannot hear your own spirit speaking to you? Those are the five tenets, if you will, of the WOW experience that we did in our initial summer challenge as a family. And so you may be saying, well, what's the big deal? Why do we need an experience or a timeline to live WOW if it's so amazing? Well, most of us, our culture here in the United States is living sad, the standard American diet. And so our grocery stores, in fact, all of our stores and digital world, they all entice us into a factory food and continual stimulation and distraction state. And so old habits die hard. So intention and structure help us to realize permanent change. And that's why I love that my family agreed to take this time to reboot and band together with the structure and accountability that helped make us successful. I don't remember what I remember that there was some money on the line. I remember that it was boys against girls. I remember that there were some very specific goals, measurable, that we employed at that time, but I don't remember who lost the most weight or gained the most endurance or whatever it was. But I do know that it does feel a bit like David going up against Goliath. We all know how that story ends, right? With God, all things are possible. And in my previous work, my boss coined a phrase that felt appropriate at the time, and it was strong alone, unstoppable together. And I still think that fits today. And it's crazy to me to think of all of the resources that we now have to support this experience. So again, when we did it as a family, it was just this crazy idea of feeling like we needed to get back on track with our health. And me having written the book and going through my transformation, I felt compelled to lead it. And so we turned it into a wow challenge. But now we have the daily playbook. The we have this podcast where you can get support every single week. We have the bonus episodes, which is the 8 lessons lupus taught me from surviving to thriving with autoimmune diseases. So you can either purchase the book anywhere you get your books, or you can listen to it on the bonus episodes of the podcast throughout the summer, because they'll be coming throughout the summer with these podcasts. We've also got the Supercharge, which is available at the Living Wow Center. And that is a true structured support. Subscribe, join, and participate in the Supercharge to give you a 10-day really supported experience. And certainly, that runs the 1st to the 10th of each month. So we have 3 opportunities for that throughout this wow experience in the summer. So all you have to do is click on the follow button and subscribe. You can subscribe to the podcast. You can subscribe to the Living Wow Center. You can join the Supercharge. You can read the book. I mean, there's just so many updates, information, education, recipes, activities, and whatever else life throws at us that feels relevant for us to share. That's what we're going to do as we create the summer experience. And just like we had no idea what this challenge would do when we started it in 2018. Who knows what may come of it this summer, but I'm really excited. I hope that you'll engage with us. Don't be shy, don't hang out in the shadows, and don't get overwhelmed. Do consider joining our community of thriving, whether you have an autoimmune disease or not. This is open to all who want to participate. There's no cost, no contracts. It's just an experience to make some lifestyle changes that will transform your life. What have you got to lose, right? Please consider joining our Living Wow community, whether you are living with autoimmune diseases or you know someone who is. You can subscribe, like I said, here to the podcast, to the Living Wow Center, or to the Supercharge, even to social, where we are trying to be in all the different places where sad may be coming at you, so that you have an alternative narrative and can plug into support and resources to live your best life. So I hope to see you in the wow experience, and maybe even more one-on-one in the Supercharge. Have a great summer. Hey, if you find value here on the Living Wow Out Loud podcast, will you please share it with your friends and take a minute to rate it on the platform that you're listening on? That's how we live wow out loud. You know that more people need hope and they need the messages shared. And that's how we get recognized among all the noise. This is where you find your voice. Will you please share and subscribe and rate so that we can grow? After my personal transformation from surviving to thriving with autoimmune diseases, I was completely astounded that the experience was not what I expected it to be. Instead of resenting my body and being forever trapped with a legacy of bad genes, as I had believed would be my fate, I looked and felt 20 years younger. I had dropped weight that had plagued me for decades, eliminated chronic pain that no doctor, therapy, or medicine could relieve, and found energy that I hadn't had since I was 16 years old. Because this is not what I expected, and because I wish someone would have told me that there is another way than sad, I wrote the book, 8 Lessons Lupus Taught Me from Surviving to Thriving with Autoimmune Diseases. As I began to share the book and the message of change your story, Living Wow was born. After years of continuing to learn and study how and why lifestyle has such an impact on disease and the world being torn apart by a global pandemic, I can't stand by any longer keeping it to myself. You have to understand that the power is in your hands. The power is in your body. The power is in your lifestyle. The Living Wow Center is a holistic wellness practice that utilizes the framework of the Living Wow lifestyle to identify system failures or maintenance needs. Whether you just need a tune up or a complete systems overhaul, we support you as an individual to get back out on the journey and living wow. We will work with you to determine levels of function, needs, tools, resources, and or providers that may be best equipped to guide you as you step out of the negative health cycle and turn it into a positive health cycle. The Living Wow Center offers a revolutionary, comprehensive approach to healing, coaching, and support that is necessary in our complex, sad world. Schedule your complimentary consultation today to see how Living Wow can support you. I'm super excited to announce Supercharge for you. We are changing the name of the Living Wow Challenge to more clearly represent the monthly support program where you take Living Wow for a 10-day spin. I know 10 days doesn't seem like much, but it is, and that's why it's now Supercharge. Living Wow Supercharge is a 10-day supported focus on eating a clean, nutritionally dense diet with intention as you jumpstart into the Living Wow lifestyle. You will feel lighter, more energetic, and empowered with your nutrition. You will experience the power of nutritional healing with less pain, more energy, and a better mood. The Supercharge includes a comprehensive 10-day seasonal menu, recipes, videos, quick start guides, and links to resources. You begin with a prep, then daily support, and wrap up with a review. This is the fastest, most immersive way to get started and feel the effects of Living Wow now. Right now, go to livingwowcenter.com. That's livingwowcenter.com to sign up now for the next Supercharge running the 1st to the 10th of the month. Early sign up ensures you a spot and gives you time to complete your preparation assignments as you gear up to Supercharge. Wow, you just finished another episode of Living Wow Out Loud. I hope you leave today empowered to live your best life and thrive. If you're ready to jump in and learn a little bit more about Living Wow, come check out the Living Wow Center. That's livingwowcenter.com. And maybe consider joining our next Living Wow Challenge. We run the 1st to the 10th of every single month. See you soon.